Hey, did you know that Twitch thinks you went live?
Oh yeah, I didn't have any audio going. That was nice. Hello everyone and welcome to DobbsQuest Season 1 Episode 13. Joining me for a second time tonight, we have GameCube as the stealthy Glane.
You're welcome for the dog, everyone.
Lurking Turtle Gamer as the noble warrior Torgan.
This is going great.
And Daysnick as the Elven Bard, Serene.
Hello. Tonight is the night.
The night. Progress will be made tonight.
I once went 53 minutes with no audio.
Impressive.
Uphill both ways. Got to outdo everybody.
So, as always, all right, Rover, good boy. As always, we are going to be rolling dice, consulting tables, and making bad decisions. Finding out what happens to our set of 3 intrepid heroes as they journey through the Ironlands. So, tonight, we begin our journey in the Deepwood, far northern reaches of the Ironlands, an impossibly tall and dense forest is home to the elves that once lived among the humans of the Ironlands, but for reasons not entirely known, they have retreated to the Deepwood and have not been seen for many years. Serene, being the only elf of the party, if we consult her vows here, her background vow, the sort of main reason she has for questing, is to learn the forgotten melody of the Anatu elves. Now, first step of that is actually finding the elves that she descends from. She has traveled from overseas and is seeking out her heritage in hopes of preserving the history. So hopefully we'll make some progress on that vow tonight. And then Torgan, as a sort of another major plot going on, is seeking to avenge the mysterious death of his horse, which that has spiraled into its own unusual adventure, which he has been slowly piecing together pieces of a puzzle. And Glane is trying to find his cat that was carried off by a bird.
You made a very noble effort of making that sound interesting and dramatic. I applaud you.
Thank you. That's all I ask. All right. Well, just checking the numbers tonight. Supply is doing okay. Could be better, could be worse. Health and spirit are fine, and momentum. Serene has plenty of momentum available. Torgan has some unspent experience points. So that is still an option if there's anything you want to upgrade among your assets.
I am still holding off for a minute.
Okay, sounds reasonable. All right, well then. Last time we just finished the journey to the Deepwood, and we reached our destination. So, pulling up the rules on that, it was a strong hit. So, the situation at your destination favors you. So, I don't think we're going to be dropped right into elf territory right off the bat, though. That seems a little bit excessive. So I think the fact that it is a favorable destination means that in some way Serene feels perhaps drawn a certain way. She can sense a sort of path between the trees that is not immediately apparent. But she has a bearing in mind. So it is not the normal sort of unusual, tracking your progress over land, coming across many different points. Perhaps we'll still use a progress track to see how close to the destination we are. But I think she knows the way without having a sort of list of waypoints to know. She's not researched information and learned like, oh yeah, you go this way and go down the road and turn right at the big tree in the grove. And no, she kind of feels the path ahead of her.
This area has very deep latent magic in it. You can tell that this area is not well traveled by humans. Humans just kind of have a habit of dispersing the magic around them. But this area has very dense, concentrated magic. And you can kind of feel it. It's something that elves can kind of sense a little bit more strongly than many other creatures.
Sort of attuned to it.
So you can kind of feel, in a way, kind of the rhythm, the heartbeat of the forest, and can kind of sense which direction the stronger magic is. So we're going to head slowly, meander our way in that direction, picking our way carefully through the woods. Serene goes ahead and lowers her hood to make sure that her ears are visible. Humans are not welcome here. We've been told. So she wants to make sure that whatever scouts she assumes are out and about will realize that they're looking at one of their own, albeit someone they've not met before.
Yeah.
Hood up.
No.
No, mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. So let's see.
Morgan, if you have a hat or something, this might be a good time.
I hate to break it to you, honey, but it's pretty obvious you're a human.
Yeah.
You just feel different.
There's no hiding that.
So I think this is a dangerous journey into the deep wood.
Because Glenn's a shadow walker, he kinda, it's not immediately obvious that he's human. He actually has magic about him.
Ah, yes.
So.
Magic touched.
Yeah. It's faint, but there.
Yeah. Alright, so the group is going to follow Serene's lead into the deep wood. What lies ahead is uncertain. But it is known that it is a dangerous journey through the deep wood. And Serene will have to rely on her wits as she makes her decisions on which way to go amongst the trees. Actually, well, no, we're going. Let's go. A weak hit to start off. So that means that you do reach a waypoint and mark progress, but there is a penalty of supply. Suffer 1 supply. So, supply is getting low as you continue your travels. We need not a location, but just a descriptor, because we know we're in the deep woods. Barren. Okay. So.
That's not good.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. We're still kind of within the outskirts of the deep woods. It feels like a normal forest, though a bit airier, quieter. You reach a small area within the outskirts of the deep woods that appears to have been sort of the location of perhaps a small fire, perhaps a lightning strike or something else, but it's sort of cleared out a large area around it. You can see sort of some fallen and charred trees as well as just a lot of burnt ground around the area. And it does look like there is a clear area where the fire was sort of intentionally extinguished. Perhaps the elves doing, perhaps some other forces at work.
So, is there any sign of water nearby, or perhaps I'm looking for a clue in the environment that might indicate this would be a good time to make a resupply roll.
Ah, yes. Let's see here. Well, if you're specifically looking for water, I'm kind of leaning towards calling that secure an advantage. We can do it as gather information if you like, though I think that one is only momentum as a reward. This would be a secure an advantage with wits that could allow you to resupply at +1.
All right, let's give it a shot.
All right. Weak hit. 1 momentum.
Yay.
Oh, we rolling. All right, so attempting to resupply out here. So that will be another wits roll. Serene begins sort of searching around. She finds just the smallest of trickling of water through the area. Perhaps some spring nearby. But she sets out to see if you guys can sort of replenish your supply. You're getting low on food, water, and other provisions. So would be a good time to stock up before getting deeper into the woods. A strong hit. Bolster your resources and take +2 supply. Serene does find that the small little stream, she follows it downhill slightly. There's a large just a little pond out here. It's very shallow, but it's kind of serves as a watering hole for a lot of the animals in the area. A large little pond. Yeah, I backed up mid-sentence there. A lot of animals come this way from watering hole, and it is very easy to sort of, stake out the area for a little bit to find a sufficient source of food, which, one well-placed arrow from Serene's bow helps to replenish that. Now, the meat itself will not keep for terribly long, so at some point you will be making camp. A very happy, miserable place, yes. But also the water is very fresh and clean and crisp. You fill up, restocking your water skins filled, and you spend a short time just sort of refreshing yourself, just a little bit of face washing. Just it's been a long journey. As perhaps
washing the sea spray out.
Yes. The last water you did pass was not so great for that. So that's some good news at least. Supply stocked up a little bit.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the watering hole, and that this seems to be. So there would be a lot of tracks here, and we were told that magical creatures were common in this woods, or at least by stories. Is there anything interesting? Perhaps to spot tracks-wise? Perhaps even maybe footprints?
Let's see here. So you are going to be searching for something here.
I'll be gathering information, I suppose.
Yes. Whoops, not gathering. I had gather written, and then I started typing what you said. All right, a strong hit. So, you are searching an area, rolling wit, and on a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. So, what you were searching for was tracks of something that might be a little bit something beyond the mundane animals that you're used to, in hopes that if you find something that is of magical origin, you can track it deeper into the deep wood, and hopefully get closer to the elves.
A footprint would be best case scenario, but
Yes.
knowing what, like, for example, were there to be a troll, it would be helpful to know that, so we know to look for falling rocks, getting
that's a good point.
chunked at our heads.
Yes,
That's happened
yes.
before, so it makes a good example.
It sure has. Let's see here. The thing you find, would it be something that... Let's see. Is it a dangerous creature that you find the tracks of? I think that's a good roll to start with. 50-50? I mean, wait, if it's you're searching specifically for something kind of magical, and there are, as far as those creatures go, there's going to be more dangerous than non-dangerous. So I'm going to say 50-50.
Okay.
So 51 and above, it is something dangerous. I forgot the D.
Ooh.
There we go. 16. No, it's not. It's not something dangerous. So let's take a look at the possible. Let's take a look at the bestiary. What kind of creatures out there would not be dangerous? That's the unusual thing.
An elven scout, perhaps? Well, that's questionably dangerous.
An elf of some kind. A horse would be rather unusual, but not out of the question for the magical
It'll
creatures
probably
within
be
this
a
world.
walking horse.
Oh, we could make it about Torgen all of a sudden. We could.
We could. Suddenly, Torgen's the star.
Thrust into the action yet again.
That does seem to happen a lot, even when I don't want it.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Magical, but not something that's trying to kill. That is an unusual one. Magical but benign. I'm thinking like unicorn.
What game are you playing where unicorns are benign?
Well,
You don't know how
mean.
you don't know
they're
how dangerous a
chaotic
horse
good
can
in
be.
3.5. What's that, Turtle?
I said you don't know how dangerous a horse can be. I mean,
That's a good point.
You can tell if a creature can't kill us how valuable it is to Dobbs.
Yes.
You can't think of a single one.
I mean, rule books in general lean that way. Let's see here. Oh, okay. All right.
Well, if he wants to add Monday night to the Minecraft queue, he has to kill us all eventually somehow.
It's only a matter of time.
Uh,
Oh, there are not many. I'm actually resorting to the monster manual from 3.5. There's just not a lot of good things out there.
lesser mollusk.
Lesser mollusk. Let's see. Something
Not dangerous.
neutral would also be fine. Let's see here. Mule. That's just a mule. Come on.
It's just
you
a discount horse.
Are you using the SRD?
I am. Love the SRD.
I do too. That's why I knew exactly what you were using.
It works. It works.
You've encountered a marmoset.
I mean, I think hoof prints might be what we're dealing with here.
Okay.
It's already. Oh boy.
Now, whether or not this is actually going to lead you where you're wanting to go is unknown at this point. But Serene does spy that this watering hole there, something that left hoof prints was here, and brings Torgen's attention to it.
Loudly yells horse.
As one does.
I noticed that the tracks go off into the woods, kind of into this bushy area that is on the outside of like this barren area that we're in right now. And in an attempt to possibly advance and sneak up on the creature if it's nearby, I try to shadow walk into the foliage. But I can't.
Oh.
Something is stopping me from even starting to do it.
I would like to request another attempt at a healing.
Serene probably notices the fact that Glane tried to do a magic thing and it didn't work. That would create a dissonance in kind of the hum of the magic here. This area is probably sealed in some way. And whatever he probably just told everybody we're here.
Yay! Now, let's see here. So Torgen is hoping that, while, sort of taking a break by the watering hole, hoping to heal up a little bit.
I rolled an 11 last time and it didn't work.
I mean, yeah, that was the crazy thing.
What could happen again?
Oh, exactly.
Could it really could it happen again? I mean, what are the chances?
Let's see here. Torgen, if you're going to attempt the heal on yourself, you can try to mend your own wounds with a 2.
I've never tried that. Why don't I give that a try?
Yeah.
See, because here's my thinking, okay? When we get into battle, when I take hits, I usually take them 2 at a time. Hey, if I have all 5 of my health, that gives me another chance, to still have a 1. Like, I know it doesn't mean I'm dead, but at the same time, there are consequences. So, yeah, I'm going to try to heal myself here.
I mean, I can do it. I have special bonuses to that.
That's true. She's pretty good with the herbs.
I mean, that would be fine too.
And we're here with all this magic water. I mean, it must make extra strong poultices and stuff, you would think.
Sure.
So, I tell Torgen that they're hoof prints. And he's like, wait, what? And gets all excited and tries to come over and see. And in his haste to try and shuffle over and take a look, he stops for a second and twinges because he's like, he moved just wrong and that old injury was like, ow. So he's like, while we're at it,
yeah, maybe Serene can work some magic.
Before we run into anything dangerous or even non-dangerous,
Yeah,
we'll see what I can do.
Look my best.
Yeah, and now with Serene's herbalist ability, since we have at least 1 supply, she can add a +2 to this roll to make it a total of a +5. That's where we went wrong with that 11 last time.
Please no 11.
I mean, 11 is good. It's just the 10 against it is the bad thing. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, and it's a match.
With a match. So, Torgen, the care is effective for Torgen. He is healed once again. And because Serene healed a companion, she's got Herbalist 3, or no, Herbalist 2.
Mm-hmm.
So she may take Spirit or Momentum. Her Momentum is tapped out, so Serene actually bumps up her own Spirit with that maneuver.
Channeling the magic of this location, like, it's invigorating to her. It's like intoxicating.
Yes.
You've patted yourself on the back.
She feels a connection to the area, as a sort of home field advantage that she has not felt in a long time.
What does the match do for us?
Oh, that is a good question. Let's see here. Let's roll a prompt here. Let's throw caution to the wind. Remove war.
What the heck?
Yeah. Just get rid of that. Season. All right, now
that was easy.
World peace. Yes.
Now, nice thing about the rules is they specifically say that when you're rolling for on the Oracle tables, if something doesn't make sense, you can grab something from above or below, if that helps. So I'm going to look at this a little bit, at the surrounding items, to see if something makes a bit more sense around here from the surrounding things. Well, perhaps. Bond. Await bond. Okay, I think that means. All right, unbeknownst to the party, your presence is known. Someone has been keeping an eye on your progress in the deep woods. The party is unaware of this, but we, the audience, the camera pans outward from the scene of Torgen's wounds being mended, further and further until we see a figure from behind one of the trees. Sort of watching and then disappear back behind.
Spooky.
I'm sure it's fine, though.
Remove war. Maybe they're like, oh well, this elf and this human are getting along. That seems nice.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they won't automatically shoot my friends when they see them.
Yeah.
My magic thing didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how they knew we were here. So they were like,
oh yeah.
Like somebody just rammed their head into the seal. What?
Like
hey, Bob, go check that out.
right.
All
Very common
NPC
name in the Ironlands.
all NPCs are Bob.
Oh yeah.
It's
Very
just a
strong
rule.
Ironlander name. Do we continue the journey?
I would
Serene
imagine so.
feels the drawing of the deep wood.
I really like that Iron Roll 5 thing.
It's, you got to get more 5s.
I need to heal things more often, I guess.
Yeah, play to your strengths. All right.
Like punting that tin into oblivion?
Mm-hmm. That would be nice. So let's see here. We want Oracle. What was it?
Descriptor.
That's the one. Remote. Let's see here. Okay, I think this may be the last time that we see sort of outside of the deep wood before really diving into the inner reaches of it. Serene leads the party further into the deep wood, sort of an uphill area, until arriving at sort of a cliffside where the woods meet the sea over a very steep drop. And you can kind of see how the cliffside sort of snakes around the waters in this area, and you can kind of glimpse out and see just how high up the cliffs reach. There's just a very sheer, jagged, rocky coast here. Large rocky outcroppings in the waters. The sea sort of splashes against with great force, sending ocean spray up into the air. And from here you see that just the coastline is just right up against the woods the entire way out. So the woods have sort of pushed against the boundary of the very waters that border the Ironlands here. There is no land between, and you can kind of look back off towards the south, and very far in the distance you see sort of these shoals out on the horizon. That perhaps that was the area you journeyed through the other day as you were passing close to the waters. But you can see you're a very long way off. But you've started to see that the trees around you have been getting sort of older and larger as you travel further and further into the woods. That and they've not showed any sign of stopping either. This is we didn't follow it. I mean, we spotted that, and it was an idea of like, oh, this is the right path. If we want to go back and check out the hoof print, we can do that.
And we just got distracted with healing Torgen.
Yeah, I think it was more of a. It was sort of wet ground around the area, so it was like, hey, that's a detail to note, but it would be, but tracking it further in might not prove too successful.
Yeah, that's not the direction I felt called.
Yeah, we got a little detail from the match, but
Okay.
no additional information there.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. But right now these are massive trees that you cannot get your arms around the trunks. The roots in the area have proven to be more and more of a hazard for travel. It's sort of slowed your journey down, which is, as a result, because you're not moving as fast, you're sort of taking longer, and that you're starting to eat into your supply a little bit more. hence the weak hit. But this is since entering the deep wood, this is the first time you've sort of seen a clear sky. The canopy is extremely thick. It's actually difficult to tell if it's night or day as you're traveling through, and you've not even been in the deep wood for one day yet. But you can see already now that, actually it is getting close to dark.
We should probably go ahead and make camp.
Perhaps so. Perhaps so.
Before among these giant trees will be safer than that open area.
Oh yes. So this does give you, since you're topped off on most everything, this does at least give you a chance to build up more momentum. If you can get a strong hit. Or a weak hit would also work, but still.
Yeah, I should not roll this one, guys. Somebody else needs to roll it, because I'm maxed out on momentum.
Well, everyone gets the benefits.
True.
So anyone who's going to roll it, roll a Iron Roll 3.
I'll do it.
All right. A weak hit, still good. You each get to choose one, but right now there's nothing you can take except for momentum.
Can I take supply?
No.
No?
You cannot do that with Make Camp.
Oh, that's right. I have an ability that triggers when we make camp, don't I? With my bard stuff?
Let's see here. Let me check your assets here.
Story Weaver?
Let's see here. When you make camp and choose the option to relax, which is the one that is take +1 spirit. If you do that, you can take also an additional spirit or a momentum.
Well, it's not applicable right now.
No.
But I will take prepare.
I thought as much.
Yeah, because I'll do the next roll for Undertake Journey.
That will be perfect. Get that extra +1. That's very crucial.
Yeah, that makes it a 4 instead of a 3.
That does make a big difference. All right, so Glenn spends the evening kind of preparing a meal of the meat that you found while hunting earlier. You all enjoy a filling meal together as a team, feeling optimistic about the current situation. You are in an unfamiliar land, perhaps as far as you've ever been from home, and you're expecting to find very strange people.
Perhaps the closest I've ever been to home.
Oh. But yes,
I actually don't get the greatest sleep out of this.
Oh.
I'm usually very comfortable in the dark because of what I can do, but I can't do that right now. So I feel a little exposed.
Blaine is in he's not on his home turf. Like Serene. All right.
Are we going to bother posting watch, boys? I mean, I feel pretty safe, but
I'll go ahead and stay up. I'm not going to probably sleep much anyway.
okay.
All right. The night passes peacefully. The sound of the sea still sort of a lullaby of sorts as it crashes against the rocky cliffs. The starry night is clear, unclouded, and a crescent moon sits gently on the horizon as Glenn keeps a lookout towards the woods for any signs of danger. Slowly, the sun crests over the horizon. The new day begins, with Serene and Torgan feeling well rested, ready for the travels ahead. Glaine, not quite as much, but still ready to press on. So, Serene, having spent the make camp time preparing for the next leg of the journey, you may roll a +4 for this attempt.
Did some meditating, trying to figure out how this whole feeling the magic thing works.
But those 10s. Those
You know,
10s are
maybe
not
just-
friendly.
I guess I'm still getting used to this whole magic sensing thing.
I think so. Strange area of the deep wood here. All right. So, today you enter kind of the deep wood proper. The ground is completely covered in large twisting roots. There is more wood underfoot than there is ground. Any available space that you see is just roots that you are sort of navigating. The trees have become their placement seems as though they are vying for space in the woods. And as you continue your travels, they begin to get further and further apart, but larger and larger still, where the roots themselves are large enough that you actually need to climb over them to continue your travels in some places, but more space between each at this part.
So I've been comparing this to searching for Imladris, or, Elrond from Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's more like going to look for Legolas's dad.
Ah.
But I don't like that, because Legolas's dad is a jerk.
Oh, well. You can go back to thinking it of Elrond as Elrond. That's fine, too. So, the sky is... The sky looks like a starry evening at this point. Looking above, it is just a full blanket of leaves and branches, with only the smallest pinpoints of sunlight peering through, looking just like constellations above. The ground now, with so little sunlight, has no grass to speak of, but instead mostly these strange, unfamiliar mushrooms and other types of fungus growing, feeding on whatever sort of nutrients they can extract from the ground without the need for the light of the sun. But since leaving the relative safety of the outskirts of the Deepwood, you notice that you really haven't seen or heard any animals passing through. Not since the watering hole and a few birds you spotted from the cliffs. But since getting this deep into the deep woods, this strange area in the deep woods, you have not seen hide nor hair of familiar animals.
As we're making our way through the area, I suddenly feel like I'm falling for a second, and when I look back, I'm about 15 feet ahead of everybody else. I shadow walked without even trying to.
Serene, you taking having been kind of leading the way, you are surprised to see Glane ahead of you now.
She takes a moment to kind of consider it, and then realizes she actually kind of felt the wavering in the magic around her. Like you could feel the vibrations of him doing this. So she walks further forward and kind of grabs his arm and is like, "You should probably stay a little closer to me. Neither of us are accustomed to being in this kind of magical environment. The ambient magic is getting stronger the further we go in. I don't know how
maybe we're heading the right way. We might be getting closer. The more this picks up."
So Serene's gonna keep a loose grip on his sleeve for a few feet, and then just kind of stay, within arm's reach in case something. Because we don't know how the magic is gonna interact with us.
Yes. Yeah. Good idea. Play it safe. Be cautious.
She motions Torgan to stay closer as well.
Also a good idea. Torgan?
Yes.
Just keeping up with the group?
Yes.
All
Out
right.
of character question.
Mm-hmm.
What is currently painted on Torgan's shield? Because that's advertising if somebody were to be watching us.
You got the Taco Bell logo on there.
That makes sense, honestly.
I think the last thing we had on there was the mollusks, right? Unless you at some point, without mentioning it, decided to change it.
You know what? I did. When we were at that restful spot, I actually took everything off. There's nothing right now.
Oh.
Just to be anonymous.
Just to make sure you're not sending the wrong message.
Yes. Because they could be most people.
Right. Yeah, well, absolutely.
Mulk sympathizers.
Yeah. I've heard that there are those out there. I not being one, but to each his own.
Freaks.
Freaks. That's the word I was looking for. Yes.
That's it. Yes, that's the unoffensive way to say it. All right. So, continuing through the deep wood. So far, nothing particularly dangerous has been coming for you, which is good. Oh, no loss of supply. We're making good progress now. Making good use of resources. All right, so, oh mighty Oracle, tell us what this area of the deep wood is like. No, we already did that one. Vetoed. Mystical.
That sounds appropriate.
That does. All right. All right. Oh, okay. The trees now, as you venture deeper and deeper into the woods, are hardly able to be recognized as such. The strange shapes the trunks take on, no longer the familiar circular rings of trees. Now there are these strange elongated and bending shapes. Larger and larger still as you venture deeper into the woods. They are no longer recognized by the eye as trees. These feel like massive buildings or cliff faces at this point. The trunks, each one has now become an obstacle in itself. to be surmounted. That in some cases it is worth considering finding an alternate way around, just because of how difficult to climb over they have gotten. It is required a combination of a rope and teamwork and careful footing to get past each one as you make your way through the woods. The mushrooms now growing out of control. Some heads above you, for some of them, you see these sort of shelf fungus that at first was a familiar sort of just white disc attached to several trees and roots. Now these massive plates that look as though they could support your weight. And also, as you venture further in, you see the sort of bioluminescence of some of the fungus on the trees. Just the faintest glow of small lights. And not just the fungus either, but small bugs. Lightning bugs, glowworms, just all about. Just a sea of tiny lights throughout the forest, giving it a very otherworldly, mystical appearance. But the both plants, fungus, have grown unchecked out here, far larger than they ever grow within the Ironlands. It is a strange and alien place. But the sort of twinge of magic that Serene has been feeling, like a song deep within her very soul. She feels the strumming. She feels the harmonies and the tones. Almost a song within itself, a song playing off her very heartbeat.
It's intoxicating.
Yeah, she feels each note played, and she sort of begins to understand kind of the feeling that she could detect when Glain last performed his shadow walk. It's sort of just a vibration, but a very particular tone of sorts that she could feel.
Dissonant from the rest.
Yes, not one of sound, or of color, of light, of anything like that, but very similar in the way that she can sense it and identify it. Just now that it has become something familiar, she recognizes the feeling of it. But also still is this drawing feeling from just ahead, always just a little further.
We only got one more good roll.
That's all we need.
Take a quick step back and draw my crossbow and aim it at Serene and Torgen.
What are you doing?
Where are you?
What? We're right here. What are you doing?
I turn around, aiming at the other direction. Who said that?
No, behind you. What are you doing? What's wrong?
No, I'm just turning in a circle. I don't know where to aim.
Hey, yo. Nothing. Hey, put that down. What's wrong? What's going on? Talk to us.
I fire a bolt off to nowhere.
I look at Serene.
I start creeping forward towards Glain carefully, and I motion Torgen to put his shield up and kind of to go the other way so that we're flanking him. And I make him, as we kind of get closer, I make a motion to mime reaching out and grab his arm, and like I do like I hold up fingers. I do like a 3, 2. Then we kind of take hold of him, one of us on each arm, to try and, because obviously he's disoriented. The magic is getting to him in some way, so we need to ground him somehow.
I grab his other arm.
Are you going to make them roll for this, or are we free-falling right now?
Well, let's see here. There are rules for conflict using moves. So let's see here.
This seems like an indoor stress kind of situation.
It does, doesn't it? Well, let's see here. I think what we need is opposed face danger. Apparently, is the quick way of doing it. Whichever skill more appropriate. Let's see here. Iron or Edge feels good for Serene and Torgan here.
It kind of feels like a loyalty and courage thing. We're trying to help our friend.
This does seem like a heart thing. That's what I was thinking, but
I feel for face danger with courage, loyalty, and charm.
So we're trying to help our friend not be disoriented by whatever he's experiencing right now.
That's true. Okay, I'll allow a +3 for Torgan.
Yeah, I'm arguing against my best interests here. I only got a 1 in that.
Oh.
Turtle, no.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
No, that's not going to be enough.
I take a quick blind swing with my knife when I sense something coming near me.
All right. Iron roll 2 from Glane.
Jesus.
Strong hit.
With a match, goddammit.
Wow.
Oh. But there's still Serene. Which I'll let you go with. Well, Edge doesn't give you much.
This is an evasion, so
Yeah, Iron roll 2,
Yeah.
perhaps. No.
Oh.
So moving in to try and calm Glane, Serene is caught by the blade. Not a deep cut, just a sort of slash. Let's see here. Endure harm. Roll a 4 on that.
Me or
her, and if she hits, no, okay, nothing. So just taking the damage there. So Serene is sort of slashed and sort of reels back. What do you do?
I'm going to take a tumble and roll back and give him a little space, and hope Torgan with his shield can do something a little bit more effective.
All right. Torgan, you've got a shield. Glane is spinning madly with his knife.
Do we just shield bash him at this
I was
point?
going to say, I think that. I mean,
Do we punch him in the face with the shield? Is that the solution?
Okay, crazy idea. Okay, I got a crazy idea. Okay, I'm gonna try to talk to him.
That is pretty crazy.
I've got a crazy idea. I'm gonna try to talk to him.
Well, that wasn't working too well, but go ahead, continue trying.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna meow. I'm going to meow at him to kind of bring him out of his rage and confuse him.
The hilarious thing is it might work.
That's what I would like to. Can I meow at him?
You may meow at him, but I need you.
Okay.
I need you to meow in character.
Okay, that's fine. Do I need to roll for this?
No, just meow.
Oh, okay. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Glenn hears a meowing.
This is the best episode we've done. So I wince as if I'm hearing something very, very loud. Like deafening.
Mm-hmm.
And I stay ready with my crossbow, but I don't leave that state of being ready, but not focus on anything.
I'm gonna take a look in my medicine bag and see if I have anything that would be that would induce sleep.
You read my mind.
Something to take the edge off a little bit.
Let's knock him out.
At this point, I'm looking for a sedative.
Yeah. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky, then, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
So let's see here. I guess that's gonna be.
It's an herbalist roll. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, herbalist will not apply, but I think face danger with wits would.
Well, I'm going through my medicine. I'm not actually attempting to do something at this point. I'm looking at my inventory and looking at what resources I have. It's like, is this something that I can do? Like, do we have I guess it would be a secure advantage roll.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Based off of my poison asset.
So securing an advantage with that does sound like with expertise.
Yeah.
So let's go iron roll 3 to see if you you have something that might help in some way. A short-lived advantage. It's not a perfect fit. You have something that is a sleep aid of sorts. That you know of a concoction based on the items you have available that aids with sound sleep. Though it is not intended for fast-acting results, it might help. It might, have a sedative effect.
I asked Torgen's opinion. I'm like, well, I can't make a tranquilizer, but I can give him some really strong chamomile. Do you think that'd help?
I don't think we have any other choice other than to try to restrain him. We're gonna have to try to tie him up with a rope. He's too strong for me, and if he tries to shadow walk away and is successful, then we're never going to know where he went. And something's clearly wrong.
Yeah, I think the magic's getting to him.
Do we try you take this end of the rope, I'll take this end of the rope, and we'll run around him and try to. Yeah. Yeah. Is that something we could do?
I don't see why not.
Serene pauses for a moment and tries to. She motions Torgen to be quiet for a second. She tries to feel like she's trying to get a sense of the vibrations coming off of Glane. Like, is it trying to get an idea, is there something she can do? She doesn't know how to manipulate the magic. It just kind of worked when she did the healing for Torgen earlier. It just kind of happened instinctively. So she's trying to figure out if she can make that happen intentionally. Is there something she can do to try and... Because I assume he's putting off some kind of dissonance right now. Is there anything I can do to quell that? Or, alternatively, the other thing I'm also looking for, and I guess this is a gather information check, what kind of attention is this drawing to us? We are very likely to not be alone very much longer.
True.
With him putting off these bad vibes.
They are some bad vibrations.
Torgen starts to think, why now? What wasn't exciting enough about this world right now that this happened right now?
Torgen just experienced just quiet resignation. All right, so what is the immediate plan? What are we going to do first? It sounds like we got lots of things that we are wanting to consider, but what is happening first?
Serene's going to go ahead and take the rope out of her bag and kind of toss it to Torgen to see what he can come up with while she kind of ducks under a tree root to take a shelter for a moment in case there are any more stray bolts, and tries to figure out if she can feel something.
Being an expert around horses, I can make a lasso.
Oh. That seems reasonable, honestly.
Yeah,
I'll accept that.
Totally plausible.
I'm going to prepare a lasso.
Okay. Torgen prepares a lasso to lasso Glane.
Who would have known that, I'm also part cowboy. But it follows.
It does. It actually makes a lot of sense.
You've worked with horses your whole life. Your dad was a vet. I
am able to lasso.
All right.
I'm sure restraining horses was a big deal and for a veterinarian's son to know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right. Torgen attempts to lasso Glane.
Serena's undercover.
Iron? Edge?
Possibly Edge? Sure.
Iron? Or is this wits? Because this is a skill check.
A skill of precision and dexterity.
I mean, it's going to be a long shot with Edge, but I mean, that just kind of seems to make the most sense, I guess.
It does, yeah.
All right.
I mean, if it's something that Torgen is, well versed with, and this is a spinning target, but spinning on axis, should not be terribly difficult. This feels like this is just a success.
So, roll or no roll?
I'm gonna rule that the rope lands.
Okay.
Am I able to try to not get out of it, or am I stuck at this point?
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, you could.
He's confused. He doesn't know any better.
Why are you trying to do this to us?
All right, Glane, you find a rope around you suddenly.
I find myself restricted. I don't know there's a rope there.
Oh, okay. You find yourself restricted.
And I'm going to try to shadow walk out of it.
Okay.
Don't hold on to the rope, Torgen. Don't hold on to the rope.
I'm holding the rope. I can't help it. I don't know what he's doing.
Am I doing 3?
Let's see. That is a shadow move, I believe. So that is, that'll be 3.
Do any of my bonuses apply to this? I'm not going to burn momentum to do this. I'm just seeing if I naturally any of my skills make it higher.
You do have Shadow Walk third, which means a +1 every time you attempt a Shadow Walk. So it is at 4.
Oh no.
What is even happening here? A weak hit, though. On a weak hit,
Okay.
the shadows try to lead you astray, and you must face danger to find your way.
Did you just not get out of the rope and just take me with you?
No, he got out of the rope but left you behind, and we don't know where the hell he went. We have now misplaced Glane.
Can I just narrate what happens from here? Or do I have to do the roll to escape danger thing?
Sure,
right
go
now
ahead. Go ahead.
I kind of am the danger.
I'm
I don't
interested
think anyone
too.
knows what's going on.
Right. So I disappear from the rope, and I appear just a few feet away, but then I disappear again, and appear somewhere else. And I continue to shadow walk, but I start to leave doubles of myself behind.
Huh.
There's now 8 or 9 Glanes in play
What?
as I continue to teleport around, confused. I'm way beyond my level now. This is like end game Glane level skills that I can't even do.
Serene, feeling what's happening, ducks out from under the tree root, grabs Torgen's arm, and runs in the general direction that we were headed before. Because obviously we are out of our element and we need assistance. And hopefully assistance will be available. She assumes assistance is coming. But she wants to put some distance between her, Torgen, and some very, whatever is happening now. With Glane. Weirdness.
That's fair. Yeah.
We're taking cover at this point.
Okay. Yeah. Me too. I think. Do you fight Serene when she grabs your arm and is like,
No.
run?
No, I've used every option I've got. What are we gonna do?
Well, we're gonna run a few yards and duck underneath this tree root, and you're gonna put your shield there, and hopefully we don't get stabbed. This is a take cover and regroup moment.
Yeah, but we gotta do something. Do we leave him?
That seems like a really bad plan.
Bad for him.
Possibly bad for a lot of people. He doesn't know where he is. This isn't supposed to happen. This is, like, his powers are going, like, absolutely insane right now. I don't quite understand what's happening. But I get the feeling that we have company arriving. I can feel them. They're coming.
I'm in a panic.
She reaches over and pushes Torgen back against the tree and kind of scooches back and kind of tries to make the... Trying to, not hiding isn't really a thing you can do in this circumstance, but attempting to shelter us as much as possible.
To be shielded.
Yes.
What do we know about him? What do we know that we can try to calm his mind down? Because this is clearly a mind thing going on here. What do we know that we can do? Is he just going to tire himself out?
I mean, he didn't sleep last night. There's a very good chance he's just going to overexert himself and collapse. Because he's expending a massive amount of magical energy that he does not possess.
I'd like to put it in Dobbs' hands if we do some kind of roll where I just drop down right now. Or if this madness continues.
I'd love for her to drop down right now. That sounds perfect.
Do you want me to roll for it, or do you want it to just happen?
Well, we didn't roll for the lasso. So, because it just seemed reasonable.
Just take a dive.
I think
I can narrate us out of this if you want me to.
please. You narrated us into it.
The copies start to vanish in the order they were made until there's just one left. And then he just drops down to his knees and falls over, dropping his weapons.
And
My character has a lot of words to say that can't be said on a Dobb stream.
You can say horse.
It's after 9. You can.
Oh, it's more than horse. What the horse just happened?
Serene kind of pulls Torgan up, and she's like, "Shield, go. I'll be behind. Let's go check on him."
No, we need to tie him up before he wakes up.
Yes, we have to go do it. We have to go to him to do that.
Okay, let's go tie him up before he wakes up. Is there any kind of magical thing you could do to stop him from shadow walking out of this thing?
I don't know how, but she looks around at the tops of the branches of the trees around them. She's like, you can tell she's kind of unsteady. She's like, I'm pretty sure that there may be someone nearby that can help us with that. As she just kind of eerily looks up into the heights of the trees around them. Like she can't see the pieces. She can't see them, but she can feel them.
Mm-hmm.
There are many sources of kind of vibrations nearby.
Can you ask for help? Into the darkness?
She just kind of looks at him and just kind of looks up and looks around, and she's the elven that she knows is of course from the lands where she grew up, which may or may not be the same elven that these ones speak. But she just kind of shrugs and is like, just kind of looks around, and she asks, does anyone understand what just happened? How can we help him? And just kind of sits back on her haunches and kind of waits to see what happens.
Would it be worth it to try to secure an advantage against him?
I mean, I
He's
guess
out cold.
yeah, he's unconscious. You got rope on him, and
He is fully restrained at this point.
all right,
I was thinking secure an advantage against future escape.
that would be good.
Tie your Boy Scout knots, Torgan.
Mm-hmm. Let's pause there. Okay. So
Do you need some Tylenol?
maybe. Well,
Did he plan this with you in advance?
no.
I don't think he did. I knew it. He's got some sort of plan that he's not telling anyone about.
Yeah. So I'm good to, let people take reign for a bit and see what happens. But
He's just not used to us doing it.
Well, I can't really step in because I don't know what the plan is. So I'm just kind of letting things happen. Like, all right, tell me what
All right.
happens next.
I'm gonna come too,
Oh no.
but I'm in the rope now. I'm tied up, right?
Yeah. Serene's like checking you and like poking at your neck and like touching your forehead and like trying like checking on you, doing medical eval essentially.
I'm back. Did you guys save me?
From what?
You kind of went psycho on us. We don't quite know what happened.
I wasn't here.
You were, but I get the impression you were not aware that you were shooting at us while spinning in a circle, standing here, and auto-cloning yourself, teleporting around in a circle.
And you hit Serene with a sword.
With a
I
knife.
did?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I see the wound and I'm very confused. I did that?
You were very confused. I think the magic is getting to you. I'm pretty sure 3 of us are not alone right now. Do you feel stable right now? Are you okay?
I'm just glad to be out of the veil.
You weren't in the veil.
As best we can tell, you weren't there. You were here.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Okay. She kind of runs her fingers through her hair, trying to think. So somehow physically you were here, but mentally you were there. And it seemed like you were hallucinating, but as intoxicating as this magic is to me, I can only imagine. And you expended this amazing amount of magical energy while you were confused in what seemed like a confused state. So something is amiss. The magic and your abilities are not mixing well.
I look down at the rope. I should probably maybe stay like this. If you want to grab my stuff for me.
She kind of winces at the idea of it, but she's like, I don't really like it, but we do need to at least keep you leashed so that we can have some kind of way of anchoring you. Could you hear us trying to talk to you?
I just heard demon screams and at some point some demon cat.
Okay, the cat was Torgan. He was trying to snap you out of it. But you couldn't hear us. Or at least not in such a way that you recognized that we were talking to you.
No, I mean, I feel like I was in there for like a day.
It's been about 5 minutes.
Okay. Good to know.
We should get out of here.
Serene kind of looks around and kind of looks up and looks around. And she just kind of one shoulder under Glane on one side and motions to Torgan to take the other side. And we just kind of scoop him up and Serene says, Serene kind of looks over at Torgan. She's like, that spot where we were over there behind the tree root. Let's stop here for a moment and I feel like I can hear some water. I'm gonna go take a look. Keep an eye on him. Keep talking. Try and keep talking. The two of you. So something is amiss here, and I don't fully understand it. I'm gonna go get some water. Just wait right here.
So I think before proceeding, pretty much everyone needs to endure stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of freaky.
So I think that's going to be Iron Roll 3 for each. And if you get a strong hit, you can take a momentum or spend a momentum to gain back 1 spirit.
Just
So
all
we're all
once?
rolling 3s.
Yes, each of you are going to be doing Iron Roll 3. Strong hit, and strong hit.
Wow.
What is
Wow,
Okay.
that never happens.
Okay. So options for each of you are you may either take 1 momentum, except for you, Day, or you can spend 1 momentum to recover 1 spirit.
10's not going to do me any better than a 9 would, so I'll go ahead and spend 1 to get that back up to a 4.
All right.
I feel like my spirit should be kind of broken right now, so I'll take the momentum. I haven't slept in technically 2 days in my brain.
It's true. And Torgan?
I will also take the momentum.
All right. Oh, nice high momentum now after that. In choosing to embrace the darkness, as the rules put it. All right. So Day was heading away for a bit.
I was going to make a resupply roll.
Gotcha.
Just physically getting away from us, raise your spirit a bit.
I mean,
The magic of this place is just incredibly intoxicating to her. She's like on hardcore adrenaline 24/7 right now. It's like you put a pick line of caffeine straight to her heart.
firing on all cylinders. All right, roll wits. Let's see what happens on the resupply roll. All right, back up to 4 on supply.
So she finds some water, some nice clean water that hopefully isn't too magical. She gives some to Torgan first to make sure that nothing weird happens before giving some to Glane.
She finds several discarded crossbow bolts that got there somehow.
Yeah. And in the water, there were a few species of fish that I recognize from my homeland that I know are edible. But it's interesting to see them here because I haven't seen them at all in the Ironlands. And these fish, have to be in a magical environment or they don't live. So that's a little disconcerting, but also really encouraging at the same time. That might be the spirit boost.
There you go.
So she's just stops and stares. It's they have those fish here? Head tilt. It also happens to be one of her favorite foods. So she makes short work of skewering a few and heads back over to the boys.
All right, Serene returns. A little bit more pep in her step.
She's like, y'all are gonna love this fish. I know you've never seen it before. I promise you it's edible. For elves. It's fine. This is delicious. You're gonna love it.
Ooh. I don't know if I trust this.
Fishy.
Fine. It's probably fine.
Probably fine.
She proceeds to take several large... She fillets them very quickly. You've never seen her work this adeptly with food before. And, she has this fish, prepared in no time flat. And, hands each of you a piece of, a fish fillet on a stick. Where she had it roasting. And she's just trust me, it's the most delicious thing you'll ever taste. This is my favorite food. As she, promptly inhales 2 of them herself.
It's good fish.
They threaded the stick into my ropes so that it kind of dangles in front of my face, and I just kind of peck at it.
Do we hear any meows in the distance? We made fish.
No, I'm afraid not.
I had to ask for Clayne.
That makes sense.
As we're eating, I look at the scratch on Serene and just kind of apologize.
She's like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It looks worse than it feels. There might be some adrenaline involved, but I've got some bandages. It's fine.
She'll take care of it.
It's like, do I need to roll a +5 heal check?
I suppose. Well, actually, it would not be +5 if you're doing it on yourself.
Oh yeah, that's on a teammate, isn't it?
Yeah. It would end up being
I think it's just
+3.
So she's gonna take a second to bandage herself up real quick, just to make sure that that's not weighing on Glane. And apparently she can't get the band-aid tied.
Feel terrible.
Hang on. Well, what's that then?
Torgan,
miss
can
on a
you
heal?
can you help me
Pay
out?
the price.
I probably lose a little supply.
The
Yeah.
Oracle says magical infection.
Oh no.
Shut up.
I mean, we could roll an Oracle prompt.
Nope.
Nope.
Listen, this has already got off the rails to the point that I don't know what we're doing anymore.
We were just trying to travel through the woods.
So Serene's like, Torgan, can you help me tie this? I can't quite reach right with where the cut is.
I can try, yes.
So some of
Just put pressure here, tie that there.
some of
Lasso
the
her
bandages
arm.
are ruined.
Lasso the arm.
Lasso the arm. Iron roll 2.
I wasn't gonna make him roll for it. I was just gonna say we were gonna do it.
Oh, gotcha.
It was just kind of a.
No, I think
It's
you're
a good
stuck
thing
with the
it
wound
wasn't
for a
serious.
little bit.
Yeah.
You're
Nice
stuck
miss,
with the wound
though.
for a little bit.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, she's just like, okay, just tie it off. It's fine. We'll deal with it later. She tried to hand him some ointment, and he dropped it. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just deal with it later.
Yeah, Butterfinger.
Everybody's still a little shaken. It's fine.
A little on edge right now.
Yeah. She doesn't feel it. She's just like straight up adrenaline. It might heal on its own. Who knows? With this much magic in the air.
I don't know what we should do. Should we try to make camp for the night and try to rest everybody up, or should we try to get away from this place?
We're not really getting away. We're getting further in.
Yes, but it seemed to be this place that caused this episode. It's up to this point, it wasn't.
We can try to move forward. Serene at this point is absolutely 100% for sure they're being watched and monitored. And she just accepts that that's how this is going to be for now. I guess the question is, are we going to do a make camp roll, or are we going to do an undertake a journey roll? And since Serene knows for a fact that they're being watched, and just indisputable fact, she's convinced 100%. She's leaning towards moving on, but she wants their opinion. Now that we've had a quick snack. boys. What do you think? Do you want to try and rest here, Glane? Do you feel okay? Do you want to move on?
I don't feel I want to be in this place anymore. We should try to move.
Fair. Torgan, are you okay with that?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right. Pressing on then. One more wits roll.
I keep typing the wrong thing. You think I'd have the hang of this by now?
Okay, that is progress at the expense of supply, unfortunately.
Well, good thing I did that resupply roll.
Exactly. All right, so now we have to roll the progress roll against a 10 and see what exactly happens here. It is a strong hit on reach your destination, so that's good. So, the three of you, having traveled for a few days into the deep woods, through increasingly treacherous terrain, and increasingly unusual magical forces, now find yourself at the first signs of civilization within the Deepwood, the land of the elves. Within the trees, high above, you see the familiar look of like the constellations above, which you have now grown accustomed to. This sort of perpetual night that the Deepwood appears to have. But now up, you begin to see sort of the yellow glow of flame, of candlelights from small windows or fireplaces. You see that there are homes nestled up on the tall tree trunks. Lines running between them, dangling ropes, flowers in bloom. Here in the darkness of the deep wood, beautiful, bright, vibrant flowers in bloom all around. A small stream running across between trees. And you feel the eyes watching you from hundreds of hidden faces, 200s of eyes honed in on your position. The sight of outsiders within Elven lands. There's a sort of hushed pause as all seems to wait. And then one figure sort of slowly peers out at ground level from one of the large snaking tree roots that forms a sort of arch over the path in. A sort of a figure that you cannot place the age of. At times there's a sort of hunched gait, but at others a sort of upright posture. But the figure is masked. There's a let's see here. Let's see. There is a you see large luminous eyes through a wooden mask, this sort of very thick tree bark mask. But there's a sort of unsettling sway from the creature as it sizes you up.
Serene kind of...
Go ahead.
Serene kind of takes a step forward and motions to the other two to stay behind her. takes maybe 2 steps forward and just kind of, sheds her cloak and kind of hands it to Torgen as she steps forward, making it very clear who she is. She's wearing what is very obviously clothes from where she comes from. Even if these people have been in isolation for a couple centuries, it's pretty obvious where she's from and that she is an elf.
There's sort of a chorus of whispers from all around in places that you don't even see figures. But the one before you who has sort of come to sort of, in some ways, perhaps, maybe greet you, perhaps appraise the three of you. But after a long pause, the figure finally begins to speak in a raspy, hoarse voice. Not that kind of horse, Turtle.
I got excited.
Oh yeah, we do need a name. Oh wait, you know what? There's a table I never actually added to our Oracle setup, specifically for Elven names. So I'm just gonna roll a nice D100 here.
It's gonna be Keebler.
Classic.
All right. Okay. So, the elf introduces himself as Atani.
I am Atani. You travelers from the Iron Lands. 2 of magic blood, 1 trained in magic. What brings you here to us?
Does the name ring any bells to Serene? Has she heard it
No.
before?
She has not.
Okay. So, Serene's gonna tell her story. She steps forward and she's kind of pauses, takes a deep breath. She's like, "My name is Serene. I am from other elven place that we never actually named in canon. I was raised there, but I am not of the same type of elves as them. I was told that my parents were very ill when they arrived, and that I was left with the town elder. And I was led to in my studies. I have come to understand that my parents may have came from this continent, from here. So I have traveled to find this place and to find, hopefully, my people. My companions I acquired once I arrived. They have escorted me this far and helped me cross the Iron Lands, relative safely, although our Shadow Walker seems to struggle to control his power in such dense magical areas he hasn't experienced before. I'm concerned for my companion's well-being.
So I guess the question here is, what are the elves? Are the elves welcoming to you? Do they have?
Does somebody here know me?
Or
does somebody here know my parents? That might be a good question. Or they probably died shortly after they got there. They may have died on the way there.
Maybe you could mention the name of the elder that we were left with. What was their name?
Yeah. Bob, totally. His name was
Absolutely
Bobby.
Bob.
And it was Bobette and Bobbert that were my parents. Totally.
Naturally.
Bobby.
So she's name dropping and kind of trying to help these people realize who she is. Like, obviously, she kind of looks. She looks different. Like they obviously recognize what she is.
Right.
Question: are they speaking in a language that I like? Are they speaking in Common, or are they speaking in Elven?
That makes your parents a dead Bobby.
It does.
That's a shame.
But important question: are they speaking in Common, or are they speaking in Elven? Do Torgen and Glane understand?
Yes. They have been speaking in sort of the common tongue. Okay. Something about you still marks you as an outsider in some way that would not be expected to know any Elven languages.
In the beginning. But now that I've explained myself, we'll see what happens next.
So let's see here. One of the questions was, would they recognize any of the names? So let's see.
This would have been about 2 centuries ago.
Yeah, this is gonna be a bit, and I know that like D&D elves, that setting has very long lifespan elves. Ironland is
We've been borrowing that lore a little bit.
A little bit. We've been kind of dipping in. I'll say 26 or above. No. They do not recognize the names. Okay.
They don't recognize the names of the people, but they know the place I'm talking about, certainly.
Do they?
Like the other elven settlement in this world.
Yeah.
And I did kind of address the trees in Elven earlier when we had the
That's true,
presumption that there were people there.
Yeah.
Like, they shouldn't be
assume
surprised.
that they at least kind of know of other elves being out there.
We don't remember an elf named Serene, but there was a Molskling.
Oh no.
Shut up.
What a twist. So let's see here. What is our current pending question here?
Oh, he asked,
Right.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Yeah.
I answered that question and stated, I am concerned about my friend's well-being.
Ah, yes. That's what we want. We still need to address that. Let's see here.
So I presented that as a priority.
Let's prompt for that, because that is a thing that's going on right there.
I assume they don't want him just, going crazy all over the place.
No.
It's in their best interest to make sure that doesn't happen.
Demand secret.
Oh.
What does that mean in this context? Do they, Ooh. Oh, that could be a few things.
They want to know who taught a human. Also, they said all of us had magic blood. The one that'd been taught magic, which implied something about Torgen that we haven't talked about before. That we've been glossing over a little bit. I don't know if you just misspoke or if you meant to say that. One that's been taught magic and 2 of magic blood was what you said.
I said what I meant.
Okay.
Oh my god. I didn't even pick that up.
I did.
Because he was talking like this and I couldn't really follow very well.
Get better headphones.
Demand secret. So that's pertaining to Glaine's condition. No, I think based on kind of some of the canonical stuff that I've sort of established with Glaine's character. Maybe not on stream, but some notes. It is not unheard of that non-elves know shadow walking.
Yeah.
That one is at least known.
Talked about that.
Yeah.
We've talked about that.
Yeah. So let's see here. Oh, are they demanding to know a secret or to have a secret kept? Are they the ones making the demand? All right. What we have here is that Glaine is in some way having some issues with shadow walking right now. And somehow the elves can probably help with that. Because we don't 100% know if it's even the woods that have brought it on or not. I mean, it definitely seems to lean that way, but that hasn't actually been established yet.
It seems like a logical assumption.
It does. Let's see. Demand, secret. What else? And threaten solution. Okay. There is a solution.
Oh.
But it's not desired. Would you like a snack? I'll be right back.
Brief intermission. So Torgan, apparently you're magic. Did you know?
You're a magic boy.
We need to
He
get
must
you a Sailor Moon costume.
Where is he?
I don't know. Did we lose a turtle?
He's in the thing. He's muted. But he's there.
I forgot that I was muted. Sorry. I've been doing something. I got distracted, and I've been working on something. But I suppose to add some lore to this, where I'm from is very. Of course, my brother is like a good, indicator of this. But I wasn't fully aware of magic. My village is very practical.
Yeah. Oh, Dobbs is back.
I'm back. What do we got?
We're trying to figure out how to make the turtle lore work.
We're shaking him down for magic secrets.
Well, that's the thing.
No. That's something I've got. I've already got that one covered.
Oh, okay.
Eating strawberries over here or whatever.
I know what's up.
I had strawberries and graham crackers for breakfast this morning. It was delicious.
That does sound like a good combo. Threat and solution. Cut him off from the veil.
Oh.
That's a threatening solution right there.
Is it a permanent or a temporary cut? So if it's something we can turn on and off, that might be useful.
All right, so Glaine sort of learned from an old shaman how to shadow walk, how to break the barrier between the waking world and the veil.
I hope they don't demand to know his name, because he wasn't very good with giving his name.
So, let's see.
It's not like I don't remember it. He wouldn't tell me. That was part of it.
Yeah, I remember that episode. That was a thing.
Ooh,
Who
all right,
taught you?
hang on. We got something. All right, demand secret. I've got an idea for that. But threat and solution. I still think like the idea of that one of the solutions that the elves put forth is like basically like somehow suppress or remove Glaine's ability to Shadow Walk, which is kind of a central part of his character.
Just poured more points into it.
Yeah, that too.
But if it's like some kind of magical necklace that you can take on and off as needed, that would be fine.
Let's
Well,
see.
cutting
Even if
me off sounds like it's a all or nothing kind of thing.
It sure does.
We're gonna take your magic license.
Pretty much. Let's see here. I mean, it pretty much is magic license, isn't it?
Torgan, are we gonna find out that you're actually like part centaur or something, and that the talking horse was your real dad?
Wouldn't that be something?
Let's see here. No, don't like that.
Torgan and the horse were caught in the same fire. Torgan died, but the horse was saved, but they couldn't save his body, so they transferred the horse's mind into Torgan's body.
Yeah.
He is the horse.
Oh no, what a twist.
Or this
Yeah,
is
no, we're not going with that one.
a freakazoid situation. I just have to just say horse and I turn into it.
That's why I keep screaming it all the time.
Oh gosh, what do we do here?
So many questions. Many that probably just will never be answered.
Ooh. Extract the... Alright, so it makes sense in context for them to offer that as a solution, that somehow they have a way to sever Glaine's connection with the Veil. However, it does not make sense for them to take that deal. So presumably there is some other way. I just don't know what it is yet. And I don't think I'm going to have that figured out very quickly.
Seriously, we just need a magic necklace that he can take on and off. Like, you can send us on a side quest to go find the magic mushroom that we need to make the magic necklace. we can do the Skyrim fetch quest to make the magic item.
This is an interesting situation. We did walk in with a clear goal, and now the goal has changed.
Magic cliffhanger. Perfect. Well, I don't know.
It is that time.
GQ, how would you feel about replacing the Shadow Walk ability?
Oh.
If the game forced me out of it, I would feel a lot happier if I got to reallocate the points that are in it.
Yeah, definitely with reallocation to some adjacent ability.
Yeah, I do feel like, I mean, personally, I like the ability. I think that recently my character has been shaken to where he might actually, like, he's gotten into big trouble with his powers twice now.
It's true.
Like, scary. Like, he almost got stuck in hell forever. And then he went there by himself for a whole day. So
It was actually only like 5 minutes.
right, but in his mind, he was there for a long time by himself. Probably fighting that whole time. So
we may have to go see the magical guidance counselor to see if this is the career for you.
yeah. Might have to go back to undeclared. I can spend the next week looking through my little binder to see what, I'm not saying we're definitely going to lose the power.
Right.
But at least I'll know what I want to land on.
It would definitely make sense in the current lore of, like, what's been going on. Like, that would be a very interesting character development for Glane. But I definitely wouldn't
have, like,
want
a
you to...
sleeping potion? It's like Mr. Atani, are you sure you don't have just, like, a really strong sleeping potion where we can just, like, knock him out for a while and shove him in a closet while, we talk about other things.
Like in my brain, I just figured that, the elves have some kind of Wi-Fi password that I just don't have the password to. And once they make friends with me, they'll snap their fingers and I'm on their network. And my powers are back, but if we're driving this in a different direction, I'm game.
Well, you were ramming your head into some kind of magical seal. That's probably done some damage. So maybe they just... I don't know.
I like how you say I'm game. I like how you say I'm game like you didn't put us here.
I didn't know how it was going to end. We literally fought nothing on the way here, okay? So I don't want to hear any complaining. We walked here if it weren't for me.
You!
We just walked right in.
I would have been okay with that.
I'm pretty sure we already had one episode that was just straight walking.
Yeah, probably.
With no enemies, just looking at ravines and deer.
A filler episode.
Yeah.
It's the swimsuit episode every anime has.
This is the crazy one where one of the characters takes drugs and goes crazy, and it's a very special episode.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take a bite of one of those mushrooms?
Maybe.
We weren't looking.
That explains the entire episode.
So do we need to cliffhanger for tonight and gives you some time to figure all this out, Dobbs?
I think we're gonna figure it out, maybe with some help from GQ on exactly what we can shift towards as a sort of replacement. Perhaps a custom asset even. But I think it makes sense kind of as a character arc in general of, in some sense, Glane sort of moving away from the shadows.
Now he dimly lit walks.
Now I'm the light bringer.
Is that a Final Fantasy 14 reference?
I don't know. I just got Shadow Walker and turned it around.
There is a ritual for Lightbearer.
I'll look into it. I just made that up. I literally don't even have my book with me right now.
Well, see, in Final Fantasy 14, the whole story arc that they keep adding stuff to the MMO. It was, your hero of light, 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 and they started running out of hero of light ideas. So now it's like, oh, we need to restore balance. Darkness, the hero of shadow. And that's probably the worst possible explanation of it, because I don't actually play the MMO. I just put up with my husband, who does occasionally. So
I think this week is going to have some Discord conversations between Dobbs and I.
Probably.
We might have to do some interim meetings.
Maybe.
Because I feel like Dobbs and I are going to have to iron out some background lore as well.
Maybe just a little bit here and there.
I
But
have
not me
some
and
more.
Turtle. Turtle has no homework.
So however many bubbles I have in Shadow Walk is how many bubbles I have to play with.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
I have some homework. I've got these experience points that I got to do something with.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Someday.
Maybe now that you know that your friends can go crazy at any given time, the thing that can deal with that.
Can I get a Jigglypuff like ability where I can just like sing him to sleep?
It's perfect.
If you meowing sounded like a demon, I can't imagine what that would sound like.
Okay, no.
All right, episode over. The end. Next week, come back for more of whatever this was. Good night.
We're very sorry.